All right, Alex, let's take a look at your paper. MLA citation first. You need to have your last name and page number up here. This is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. You have too many spaces right here, so you're going to want to move that up. Killing the unborn is a pretty cliche thing to say about abortion. Now, again, making no light of abortion, but as far as originality, it's not that original. All right, so Alex, with being gone, I know you missed a lot of the teaching part of this paper, so I'm going to review for you real quick. So in the introduction, A, it's a little short. B, start with an attention-getting first statement, which this would be fine. It'd almost be better if you could even break it down by like day, like every day. This is how many abortions happen. I think that statistic's pretty powerful because this number is obviously large, but I think it loses some of its significance when you put it in that sentence. Now, for MLA citation, you do not use footnotes, which is what you kind of created here. Use these footnotes / bibliography page. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your bibliography page. It goes number 6 there. And this is the article that you got it from. And you're going to put that, not the 6, just the more. That's going to go in parentheses. And this has to be in alphabetical order. So Burke would move up. Adler would move down. So it's got to be in alphabetical order in your works cited page, which is what this should say, works cited, and it should be in the middle. So you don't want to use these little footnotes. They, believe me when I say they make the paper a lot cleaner. Trust me. But you need to use those. And every time you have lines go on to the second line for an MLA citation, you got to shift them over. You got to tab them over. And if you can't figure that out, usually you just hit enter and then tab and it works. Sometimes you tab the whole thing over. But that's how that works. So that's how you're going to fix your MLA page. I mean, it looks like it's in the right order and everything. You either used a really good citation machine or someone helped you out quite a bit on it. But it looks good the way that it is. You just need to fix that. Fix the order and the method of in-text citation. Now, the order of your paper then is attention-getting first statement, expand on it. Then you get into your actual topic. Your topic is the effects that women have when they have an abortion. Now, I'm assuming, since I see that mental is the first one, I'm assuming these are your main points, mental, physical, or social aspects of their well-being. So order again, attention-getting first statement, then expand on it, then introduce your topic, then introduce your main points, then introduce your thesis. So that should be the order that you follow while you're doing this. So this is kind of introducing your topics. It should be like the next to last thing you basically do. A heavy effect, I think that might be the wrong word there with heavy. This, while quote-unquote powerful, is kind of I don't know, it's almost meaningless. Idea of tearing a woman's soul down piece by piece. Despite the fact that I know what happens and I know it's important, and don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing people that have been through abortions, but the way that it's stated there, it just seems very, I don't know, melodramatic maybe, especially when you get to until there's nothing left. Because unfortunately there are people that have abortions that it doesn't really necessarily affect them that much. So you don't need a comma there. Abortion can not only terminate the baby's life, but it also terminate the mother's life as well. Now, this really isn't your message, because termination is the wrong word. It can terminate the baby's life, but it can also drastically alter the mother's life as well, something like that, because not every one of these paragraphs is going to talk about women dying. Despite the fact that that's true, it's just not going to do that. So we got to move on from there and hope that it works out well. So your next paragraph is on mental health, so let's look at that one. All right, Alex, what you do a really good job of is lots of statistics, and again, we'll work on that citation later, but lots of statistics. One of the mental healths is letting themselves go. They don't care about their body, what they look like, or who they are even more. Could you maybe expand on that, like what that ultimately means? And I think a lot of the stuff just needs an expansion. I mean, why 67 are legally diagnosed with post-traumatic stress. Talk about like the maybe the broader implications on that. Don't just throw statistics and statistics and statistics at us. Try to think of the broader implication of what that means to us. Try to avoid, I know this is your transition, the last sentence. If that isn't enough to make someone think twice about an abortion, then let me explain the social issues as well. It's just a weak transition. Maybe like, mothers will fight, a long time with their physical health, but how does their societal health, blah, 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 blah. Now, up here, you said social aspects was the third main point. Now it's become the second one. So we need to figure out, make sure that this goes in order, because physical is the last one in that, or the second one in your introduction, but last one in your body. So you need to figure out how that's all going to work out. All right, so again, you have some really good statistics in here. Relationships are often killed along with the infant. Again, because you don't necessarily have any direct relationship with this, maybe this is a little bit difficult to relate to. And again, where are you getting this information from? Make sure it's clear in those in-text citations. Now, when you use words like chances are and who would want a relationship like that, now you're taking guesses at it, because chances are she'll break off every relationship she has with anybody she has ever had one with. Did you get that from somewhere? That doesn't seem like necessarily a statistic that's legitimate, or a statement that even could be backed up. So you might want to look at that one again and figure out whether that's really true. You say recent polls have shown blah, 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 blah. Where's the in-text citation for this? It's obviously you got from a different source. So where did you see that one? And then again, we need a strong transition. Who would want a relationship like this? Because you're diving from the more mental aspect of it, I guess, to the physical aspect of it. I'm sorry, the societal aspect. Sorry, to the physical aspect of it. All right, so now we're going to talk about the physical reactions. The physical effects of it is terrible for someone's body. That's kind of an understatement. You might want to make that stronger. Not you might. You want to make that sentence stronger, make a clearer topic sentence there. So you list some things that happen when you have an abortion. Another statistic down here. Is it still the same place? So tell me where you got that information. Another statistic right here. Again, when it's statistic after statistic after statistic, you kind of lose your connection with the audience. And so you want to add some analysis of these statistics or some comments about these statistics, all of that. Again, extremely serious. Find a different word for what means really serious, because extremely is a weak adverb. However, they can be lessened, own up to the actions chosen, and terminate the termination. So don't kill the killing. I get what you mean. It's just kind of a weird wording, and you don't need a comma there anyway. So again, you have good statistics, but that's about all you have in this paragraph. We need something a little bit more. Now you jump down to your conclusion. Never, ever, ever, ever say in conclusion. Well, you should never say it anywhere in your paper, but especially in the conclusion. That's a little overboard with that imagery of the vacuum. I know sometimes a lot of anti-abortion ads definitely go for the gross factor to try to get people to not do it, but that's just a low blow right there with that kind of imagery. So be careful with that. So you talk about, again, the mental illness that can come from it, the societal or relationship that can be harmed because of it, the relationships that can be harmed, and then you end up the idea of the physical torture that a woman goes through, and she can even terminate her life before she even knows it. No, it can terminate. So 2 complete sentences separated by a conjunction, you need a period right there. So just make sure it gets in there. The unknown effects are astounding, so the big question is it really worth it? Now, here's a good example of asking a question that, it's a hypothetical question because you don't really want an answer to it. You really already know the answer, and you've led the audience to that answer. Of course, it's not worth it according to you. But somebody that would be vehemently opposed to your idea, maybe it would be. So I'm not really sure that's accomplishing anything. Go back and look at some of your statistics. Go back and think about a different way to look at your statistics to end this, and that might be a good clincher at the end. So technically, you have everything you need in the conclusion. It just needs some work. The overview of the statements are fine. This is a little weak. This is a little weak. So you're definitely going to work on that. And we already talked about the works cited page. So hopefully see a rewrite out of you, Alex, and hopefully physically and everything else you're raring to go and ready to go for the rest of the year. So good luck on the rewrite. Let me know if I can help you.